In facing the national crisis on senior care for COVID, the Metis National Council took a different approach. Here's Vice President of the National Council, David Chartrand.
In all of our culture, you take care of your elders first, no matter what. And so our campaign immediately was that when we looked at COVID, for example, we knew the world was telling us and countries were telling us the hardest hit were the seniors, the elders. If they were to get captured under the COVID virus, the likelihood of many of them, chances are they may die. So the record was not yet showing the young people or middle age, was definitely focused on, which for us was an issue anyway, because we would be protecting our elders no matter what. Our seniors would be priority number one for us to make sure we put protections in place and programs in service. So if we want them to stay home, we want them to stay in isolation, and we expect them to stay there, then we needed to put a campaign together, which we brought the resources, essentials, foods, and all the rest of the supplies. Many have chronic illness, quite a large chronic illness. And so we had to make sure their prescriptions were delivered right to their houses. So we put a massive campaign right across the province, and we started immediately. Now we actually do a phone follow-up campaign. We're doing our second now tranche of essentials and foods to them, because over 2 weeks have gone by. And now we're doing a second round for quite a number, thousands of them.
How have the Métis been able to keep your people out of these long-term care placements?
Well, it's again, it goes back, no different. Even, for example, my mother passed away. One of the things my mom said to me, never put me in there, and I never would, never allow it. It's a lot of our citizens actually are kept because of family. They're kept in the culture. They're kept at home, and that is a significant aspect of our culture that ensures that our families. It's our duty. It's our responsibility. They raised us. They took care of us. They put us to where we are. It's our job not to take care of them. So many of them, of course, don't go in personal care homes. We used to call it granny shacks. We'd had onto our houses to have a place for them to stay, so they stay with the children. The only time we'd be forced to, if it's an health issue, which we needed, of course, medical staff to take care of it. Otherwise, most of our families keep their parents at home.
Wow. And now you are mobilizing to actually make emergency barracks should your people be affected. You've refitted the construction outfits. Tell us about this campaign.
Well, there's several fronts we had to look at, and this is 3 months in the works. Like before, when we heard about it already out in China, we already started talking about our Métis cabinet and our own government. We started saying, what if this thing comes our way? What are we going to be doing? So we looked at our resources, looked at what we had in front of us, and we decided to say, like, we have some tools. We don't have many, but we have some. If we're wise with it, we can definitely make a big impact. But we did a quick analysis too, in the stats that just came out from Statistics Canada shows again Métis are struggling in the housing sectors, overcrowding, not enough rooms in the house. So then you're expecting these people to stay isolated. If anybody gets affected or something occurs, you're expecting people, then you go into an isolation in your house. How can you, when there's 10 of you in a 2-bedroom house? Where do you go to get isolated? So what we end up doing is actually buying, which is called tiny homes. They're isolation units. We bought them from British Columbia. We had 5 of them. And we're ready to move mobile or anywhere in the province. And so if any community is affected, we're ready to move 5 of them in that community immediately to take the person out of the house, put them in isolation unit. But we said to ourselves, what if it gets bigger? What if it blows up like we see in Quebec right now? And what if it happens in our personal care homes? You see it blowing up. So you said, what if it happens in one of our villages? Because we don't have health centers. We don't have clinics as Métis people. We don't have any health staff as Métis people, because we're caught in a jurisdictional limbo. Who's responsible? Is it the federal government responsible for the Métis, which the Daniel said in 2015 Supreme Court decision, or is it the province? So we said to ourselves, we need our own plan. So we looked at our construction camps and we said, look, here's an opportunity. We own 3 camps that we did because we have run a lot of businesses. We're very business people, strong business people. And so we put together these camps. Now we have a 140-bed facility ready to go. We are completely ready for pandemic explosion that we can move and quarantine our citizens. But this is what we've done. This is the capture of our Métis government. We said it's not just for us. If it doesn't affect us, then we need to help Manitobans. We need to help other communities. We need to help other citizens. And if the province wants to partner with us, then we'll partner. But if they don't want to partner with us, we're still willing to help anyone, the First Nations, non-Indigenous people. If there's an impact in their villages, we're willing to use our 3 camps ready to take action and bring them in there and fully equipped with gymnasiums. It's got TVs, it's got computers, it's got food, it's got kitchens, it's got everything. So we're ready to do it.
David Chartrand, Thank you for inspiring us.
Thank you very much, Laura.